old legendary drag bikes never die. Meet Team Van Zant, a father-son squad and a motorcycle with a rich legacy, a 1425 Suzuki. It once was a Pro Mod, now it's a 460 bike. Mr. Bruce Van Zant,
yeah.
Awesome to see you. Look, we got a piece of history here, and now we got a story to tell, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, let's pull this thing out of the trailer. Stick with us.
We're going to find out how they transitioned this bike to 460. We're also going to see an unbelievable one-off custom body you must see.
Body project was started almost 20 years ago. It's kind of come full circle, and it's a pretty neat story because, yeah, it's gone over such a long period of time. It's actually 2 pounds lighter than our fiberglass body that we originally were racing with on the bikes. There's several hundred hours of work into a body like this.
26 minutes out. We got a story to tell. You got to give me a little bit of history about your awesome motorcycle that I watched when I was a young boy from the grandstands, and now how your son is competing with it.
This Nitrous Suzuki has come a long way, and so has young Chase, who just graduated from the University of Northern Illinois. He was a successful sprinter. How appropriate.
So fast and so radical at first. It's like, man, how am I ever gonna, be able to do this calmly? But
at just 23 years of age, the former track and field standout and former junior dragster great has already put a couple victories under his belt.
We run a Schnitz Pro Mod box, which hasn't been made for a few years now, so we're hoping it hangs in there, but it's worked great so far. Run a Nitrous Express nitrous system, putting about maybe 175 horse of nitrous in it right now.
A motorcycle that once ran 440s on the national drag bike circuit.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool story, really. We raced Pro Star Pro Mod back in late 90s, early 2000 era. At the time I was his age, basically. And yeah, we did pretty well. We kind of took our own path and did things a little different than everybody else. But yeah, ultimately I started our trick tools company so that I could make some extra money to try to afford my racing habit. So the racing habit kind of went by the wayside and the business sort of took over for a few years.
Seen at some of the biggest trade shows, Trick Tools has become a huge name.
And yeah, now Chase gets to ride the bike, and we've kept it around all this time, and it's, it's still a good piece, so it works awesome for this 460. Like when I heard about the 460 class, I was like, that's beautiful. We can turn the power down a little bit and it'll run that all day without hurting anything. So
the team's had a near flawless debut. In his very first season, Chase was able to win the very tough NHDRO St. Louis race. He's had some excellent tuning from Dad and some great riding. Hasn't taken Chase long to earn the respect of his colleagues.
So made it a really good fit.
A winning fit. And one proud father.
At the time, he had no bar bike experience. He was riding some no bar stuff, but he adapted so quickly to it that it made it real easy to get started. So,
Chase, what was that like? I know you're an athlete and you're very competitive. Talk to me about the first time you threw a leg over this thing.
I always wanted to run Pro Mod, run the same bike, and so for me to get to swing a leg over the bike and run the same speed, it's really a dream come true. It's so cool to run it.
Another big win for Team Van Zant. They're looking strong today.
Just with the history of it, and even with the same guys, Rusty and my Uncle Craig.
A true family effort and a tight-knit group.
And having my dad there, it's cool. Growing up, that's all you could ever ask for and all I ever wanted. So it's really fun to just have it out, have the class that's really competitive, have that many bikes, and yeah, I get to go close to the same speed at least. So you know, from the first burnout I ever did on it, it was like, man, it's so different than a street bike. The way it wants to just pull out of it. It you know, it won't spin like a street tire does. Just the vibration of it with no, it's a hardtail, obviously, with no suspension or everything. It vibrates a little more. The chassis is a little more rigid, so it feels a little more violent than a street bike does. But you know, same thing, leaving the line, it's 60 foot harder, and everything just rattles and shakes a little bit more. But man, once you get used to it, it's a blast. There's nothing like it. You know, it's just loud. It vibrates hard. Goes out, shakes the tire a little bit. It's a feeling that's so cool and hard to describe, really. But
works great. We got the power kind of turned down, and we can run 460 no problem.
A great billboard for trick tools.
The one-stop shop for high-quality fabrication tools. So we sell everything from tubing benders to sheet metal brakes, iron workers, saws, everything you need, even hand tools. So everything for the garage guy all the way up to a high production shop.
Tools to be envious of.
It's gorgeous. One-off work. There's nobody else. No, there's nobody else with one of those.
yeah,
We've just constantly built off of our very first products that the racers could use and loved, and our customers keep asking us, you know, we love the product we bought from you. Do you have one of these? Do you have one of those? So we try to just respond to what our customers need, and it's turned it into a great business. So
this body has already attracted a ton of attention.
Something that I started with a friend of mine, Clay Cook, who built some of the tools that we sell. Unfortunately, he passed away of cancer a few years back.
A sentimental project.
One of my employees, a good friend, Bryson Smith, that has the talent to be able to build the chassis, build the body out, finished it for me last year. And
the end result is an absolute Trick Tools work of art.
We were able to take it to the SEMA show in the fall and really start showing off what can be done with the fabrication. It's got some nice advantages that way, but really we're going to keep it around mostly for display. We don't plan on putting any paint on it or anything because it's just so beautiful as a polished piece of aluminum. It started as just, you know, flat aluminum stock. And with the use of English wheels, planishing hammers, hand tools, shrinker stretchers, stuff like that, we're able to, you know, make it to fit the pattern and give it the Hayabusa more modern look that we were going for.
It was a tremendous amount of work, but the finished product is an outstanding, one-of-a-kind, show-stopping piece that really shows off what Trick Tools can do. Now, if somebody watching this video wants one,
a body or a tool?
A body. Is it? Hey, we'll sell you the tools. You're making the body.
Yeah.
Or would you be interested in making somebody a body?
It's maybe under the right circumstances it could be done, but there's several hundred hours of work into a body like this. So.
But no matter what, you got the tools they need to do it.
Absolutely.
And you could tell them how to do it.
If a guy's got the time and he wants to learn the skill, it's the way that people. It's the way that airplanes and cars used to be built, you know, back in the day, and it's still an option that I think people kind of overlook sometimes. There's, you know, if you need a custom part and you can't buy it, you can still find a way to get it built. So anything's possible with the right equipment and some experience and training. So
make sure you check out Trick Tools online. There's a lot to see. Tools that could make amazing bodies like this. Also, remember that name, young Chase Van Zandt is hungry and poised to win as he continues his ascension to the top in the ever-competitive 460 category. A competitive young man with the perfect pedigree. We're on hallowed ground here in Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Raceway. Guys, thanks so much, Cycle Drag Universe, for now eclipsing 150,000 subscribers on the Cycle Drag YouTube channel, and also a ton of likes on the CycleDrag.com Facebook page. Thanks so much. If you like this video, Please make sure you share it with some friends. Let's keep this thing growing. We're trying to get to 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. We need your help. We'll keep digging up those great stories. You know, if there's anything fast motorcycles, we are in. Cycle Drag rolls on. Share, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on that amazing body. And you know, if there's anything fast motorcycles, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.